Guys, let me go ahead and fix this up here. Bam. Alright, what's up, Crown community? Welcome. We haven't done a live review in a while. I mean, there hasn't been much that's came out since then. But we are excited because we are actually watching, or we just finished watching the first episode of She-Hulk, which is Normal Amount of Rage. Now, this is a very, as far as the show goes, I see why IMDb rated it a 5.4 out of 10. Now, the very beginning of it was very funny. I'm not gonna lie. It was really cool how she got her powers, how her and Bruce Banner actually did the training, how they were in Mexico, and I like how they were able to bring up a couple of characters' name like Tony Stark. They were able to bring up Steve as well. I mean, Captain America, Steve Rogers, and yeah, it was just incredible to watch the chemistry between with She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, and Bruce Banner, or aka Smart Hulk, which is really cool to see Smart Hulk. It took him, we gotta imagine, like, it's really cool to actually see how Smart Hulk can actually have full conscience of what he's doing and be able to take possession of the Hulk and not really just be all rage and crazy Hulk. And it's really cool that also Jennifer Walters was able to control that, or naturally was able to have no alter ego, no one to control her to go crazy rage. But before we actually get started and keep talking about this, I do want to go ahead and give a special shout out to our Crown Knights, which is Jason Beltran and to Invincible, for supporting us on Patreon. So for the ones that haven't had a chance, make sure to subscribe to our Patreon, support us on Patreon, subscribe to our other channel as well, which is going to be Crown Gambit Lifestyle. So that way you guys can see all the other content that we put out there. We don't really put as much content because we only have Aubrey Freely, who is doing all the editing, who's doing all the work when it comes down to editing and posting of everything. But it's going to be coming up slowly but surely. So make sure to stick around for that. Subscribe. But other than that, this first episode was pretty cool. The beginning was awesome. I just gotta say, man, the ending was just kind of like terrible. The way that they introduced Titania was just, I was hoping that it was gonna elaborate on her character a little bit better. She just pops out of nowhere while they're having court, and she just randomly just transforms in front of everyone as well. So it's not like she was like Batman, where she just runs to the back, or like Spider-Man, or someone that's, superhero who runs to the back and just like transforms and comes back. No, she just transformed like, nonchalant, like it was all nothing. And that was just, at the end, it just felt like it was just being rushed, like that whole ending. So as far as that goes, I was not very satisfied. But the whole beginning of it, just the way that Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters, that was just comedy, and it was the best. I gotta say, that was just incredible. Their chemistry was just on point. They were funny. They were able to figure out exactly her powers, and they did it very quick. So she didn't have to take like 10, 15 years to read this manual book that Hulk had to basically put together of what it is to be a Hulk. She was able to adapt very quickly, and the way that she got her powers, through that spaceship, which apparently is a Sakaran 8 spaceship, that was just a trip. That just blew my mind. As soon as I saw it, I was like, what the hell is a spaceship? And it's not like it just got down and said, let's go ahead and take over, kidnap them or whatever it was, because it just popped out of nowhere and doesn't do anything. It just randomly just pops in. She just falls off, and as she's bleeding, she apparently got some of his blood and some of his gamma ray, and she got a lethal dose of gamma ray. But because they are family and they share some DNA, that she was able to adapt the powers as well, and that's how she became the She-Hulk. Now, But what is incredible is how quickly she's able to adapt and evolve with controlling the She-Hulk and not having an alter ego. Now that's very cool. You know, I didn't expect that. I was not going. I thought it was gonna take some time for her to really get her powers, learn her powers, but it was just all quickly, which I feel like it kind of did rush it. But at the same time, what made it very interesting and made it to be able to get more engaged with the episode was just the way that they adapted each other between Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walter, and the way that they were just going at it. Now that was just pretty cool. Um, let's talk about Jamila Jamil. She is an incredible actress. She definitely plays in a couple. She plays a character in The Good Place, which is really cool that she comes out as the villain. And I do hope they elaborate her character better, because as far as my understanding, the way she gets her powers is that she finds a mythical or a mysterious hammer that was forged by an Asgardian, which was the god of fear, and that basically enhanced her power. And basically, besides that, she's supposed to be like a charmer, someone that can definitely persuade someone, or convince anyone. Besides that, she was able to summon mythical or willing creatures to help her on to aid her. And also she's like poison ivy, where she's able to you know she was able to basically tangle people through like vegetations that were nearby. So that's pretty cool to know a little bit about her. I'm not too well familiar. I know she comes out in the She-Hulk, and she also came out at Agents of Smash. I mean, apologize. But other than that, I'm not so exactly sure what else she came out or she made an appearance. But I do know that Matt Murdock is going to be coming out in this show, so I can't wait to see Matt Murdock come out. So man, just having to know that Charlie Cox is coming back out and that they're bringing him in more into the MCU, that's just incredible. That's just more promising that Daredevil is going to be coming back more. Besides just watching Spider-Man and from that film, but also we also do have Benedict Wong. So of course since we're gonna be watching Benedict Wong, we're gonna also be watching Abomination. So we're gonna see exactly how it plays out. If Abomination is going to be another supervillain, or if he's just going to be someone who turns good. So that's just something that was just on my mind. Like, is he gonna be another villain, just like Titania, or what's gonna happen with him? So that's gonna be cool to watch. Tim Roth. But yeah, dude, this episode was just incredible. Watching the first episode, it was very interesting, and it was very funny. The tracks, it was mostly all like female tracks, girly tracks. So I can kind of see that this is intentionally more for like a female, to draw in more females or more women into watching this show. So all power to women, but definitely want to see a little bit more of She-Hulk, and really seeing her like really get down to her powers. Because at this point right now, it just kind of shows a little bit more of a not too much of a great show, I would say, to say, hey man, this is gonna be awesome. I was very interested from the beginning to say, yeah, I can't wait to see this, but the ending just kind of went, it was just going up and it just took a down slope. I just let me know what you guys think. But for me, it just took like a down slope. But one thing I was talking about my review, on my reaction video, was if it came down to having a lawyer or an attorney, who would you choose? Would you choose Matt Murdock, or would you choose Jennifer Walters? I don't know who. I want to see more of Jennifer Walters to see exactly how good of an attorney she really is. So that way I can definitely be like, hey, but man, any of those two, I'm sure can definitely be very powerful to have in your favor to win a case. So this episode was short. It was about 38 minutes long, or actually even less, because with the introduction and the ending, like after you have the final cutscene when it's supposed to be finishing, and then you kind of have She-Hulk and you have Smart Hulk. They're just getting drunk and they're just talking about Steve Rogers. Just she thought that, well, I guess she was acting drunk, saying, "Hey, I never thought that Steve Rogers, ever had sex. He died a virgin." And Hulk just finally says, "No, he had sex since we whoop-de-woo this year." And she goes, "Aha!" And she goes, "Oh, you're not drunk?" So that was pretty cool and funny. And it was really funny when they were drinking, and she just said in the morning, she's like, "Oh man, I didn't know I was gonna have a Hulk-sized headache or hangover." So that was really cool. The training in Mexico was just awesome. That island is really cool, and the fact that Hulk brought up that Tony Stark helped him build this island was really cool. It's something that Hulk's able to have and cherish dearly, because we all know that Tony Stark basically went bye bye. So now bringing up the names, I just hope that they could bring Tony Stark back from an alternative universe, where he can come back from a different universe and actually stay in this universe. So that would be really cool to see if that actually ever ends up happening. So it wasn't really much. The first episode was just mostly like the introduction, talking about Jennifer Walters, just kind of showing you how she did her little training. Her, by the way, very quick training, couple days, weeks, or I don't know how long they lasted in that island, but it was still incredibly funny just to watch them two. I see, just knowing that you put them two together, it's just gonna be comedy all day. So that was very nice. And I do hope we kind of find out more about the spaceships. I mean, what was that whole thing all about? What was the whole meaning of that spaceship? I know that Hulk said, "Hey, I have to send out like a message," or that was a message for him apparently, and he has to go in and see what's up with that. But yeah, I mean, that basically wrapped up the first episode. Wasn't really much to it, just other than the introduction. Yeah, I mean, if let me know what you guys think. The first episode, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are gonna be like, "Dude, the first beginning, like the first couple minutes, or like the first half was just really incredible, was just very funny." It's just cool to see how she got her powers, to how she's able to control her powers. But at the end, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna agree it was just too quick. But I hope they're going to expand that and open that up more. And I do hope they make them a little bit longer than 38 minutes as well, because 36 minutes actually in reality was like 32 minutes. Or like maybe it's going to be even 30 minutes. But we're going to see. We're going to find out. Let's not be the judge of it through through the first chapter. I know IMDb already did, but we're not IMDb. IMDb just completely went AWOL and said we're going to give it a 5.4 out of 10. I personally think this first episode should get like maybe about a 7 out of 10. Maybe a 6.5 to about 7 out of 10. Just because of the ending and just the way that she just transformed in front of everyone, in front of the judge, and just was like, "Hey, I've become this badass woman who could turn into the Hulk and help out everyone, and now I want to give my my speech, to the judge, to the prosecutors." So that basically is going to wrap up the first episode. There's not much to it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it short. I'm going to be excited to see the second episode and see exactly more. And I do hope that Matt Murdock does come out soon and comes out more than just one episode, because I do want to see the Daredevil. And I do hope that Daredevil does come out, besides just Matt Murdock. So let me know what you guys think on the comment section below. Also, make sure to support us on Patreon by choosing one of the tiers. Any tier will definitely be helpful. Short support. Also by subscribing to our channel or subscribing to our Crown Gambit lifestyle. So that's going to wrap up the first episode. Like I said, I give it about 6.5 to about 7 out of 10. If you guys have any comments, I'm gonna actually stick around for the next maybe minute or two, so you guys can write your comments and I can go ahead and respond to it. But other than that, I mean, this just it is what it is on the first episode. So, but other than that, just want to let you guys know we do have a lot more in the works. I know that Aubrey Freely is going to be doing, gonna be, I believe it's gonna be the next, the prequel of Game of Thrones, which is the House of Dragons. I believe that's what it's called. Unless if I'm like tripping as well. Give me 1 second. So if there's any comments, write them down in your section, on the comment section below. Yes, House of Dragon. So I know he's going to be doing. It's funny because I just watched the first episode yesterday, which by the way, it's a freaking crazy dope season. I know it's gonna be an amazing season. So I'm going to be taking care of all She-Hulk, and he's gonna be taking care of at least the first episode of House of Dragon. Who knows? Maybe I might take over that as well, because he is very extremely busy with putting up all the content, editing, which I know takes a lot of time. That's the reason why we haven't been putting up too much content, which is one of the reasons why we do a lot of these live reviews, so that way we can keep up and put things out there while we work on all of our chain reactions and other reviews or reaction videos. We do have a trailer reaction video we are going to be doing pretty soon for a couple films, so make sure to stick around for those. But other than that, there hasn't really been much that's been coming out to be able to say it's well worth putting in here into our page. But yeah, I mean, there will be. I know for sure around September, October time is going to be a lot more coming out. But I know during the summertime, we kind of went a whole month where it really wasn't much shows or movies that was very interesting, the least to say. So, but other than that, this is going to wrap it up because we don't have any comments. We don't really have much here to talk about other than just the first episode of the She-Hulk Attorney of Law, which was, the episode was called A Normal Amount of Rage. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to support us by subscribing or being a member of our Patreon. Become a Crown Knight, which by the way, I do want to give a special shout out to our Crown Knight, which is Invincible, and to Jason Beltran. Thank you so much for supporting us, and yeah, we look forward to the next episode of She-Hulk Attorney of Law. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.